Welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Solopreneur Success Strategy. Welcome. Today on Solopreneur Success Strategies, we're going to be talking about mindset because it's Mindset Monday. So let's have a look at me and let's have a look at what we've been discussing on Mindset Monday. We've been discussing how to have an entrepreneurial mindset. And we've been looking at some of the limiting beliefs that you can have in your life and how they affect you as an entrepreneur. And as it's Monday, it'd be a great time to have a look at how we can change that and how we can have a more entrepreneurial mindset. So today it's all about the growth mindset versus the entrepreneurial mindset. So let's have a go. Let's go and have a look at the slides on how to embrace your inner entrepreneur. If you're not sure you are an entrepreneur or have an entrepreneurial mindset, you can have a look at some of the previous episodes on my YouTube channel at http://jgtips.com/YouTube and have a look there at my Mindset Monday channel. And because we have been discussing some of the limiting beliefs that you've had in your life, which may stop you from being an entrepreneur successfully. So let's have a look at what we looked at previously. So we looked at the fixed versus the growth mindset. So to be an entrepreneur, you have to be in a growth mindset because you have to be willing to change. And we also looked at the employee versus the entrepreneurial mindset. I'm sure all of you have maybe worked as an employee at some point, and you know how much you have to basically obey what is happening in the business and not take initiative. And it is a different mindset than an entrepreneurial mindset. And we also looked at the small business owner versus the entrepreneurial mindset. With a small business owner, they are always looking at how to have success, keeping the revenue coming in that they've started with, and maybe how to increase it, but they are not willing to take chances like the entrepreneur would. And we've also looked at how you got your limited beliefs, which limit you in terms of being an entrepreneur and having a growth mindset. We looked at your school and how some of the traditional ideas that are taught in school can limit you in terms of your success, because in previous years anyway, there's less entrepreneurial type of discussion in school. There is the a worker mentality and how to work with others and be able to follow the leader, etc. We looked at that previously, so I just wanted to mention again that there are certain limiting beliefs that are taught in school which do not help you be an entrepreneur. As well, we looked at your family and friends and how they can limit your success by not having the faith that you know what you're doing in terms of being an entrepreneur and always wanting you to just get a job, etc. We looked at that. As well, we looked at work if you're an employee right now and how it can limit you in terms of your mindset, because of course you have to get certain things done by a certain time and there's no initiative. As we mentioned, it's also taught in school, so it can also limit you in terms of your mindset. And we also looked at what can limit your beliefs. We have traditionally in school, we have intelligence tests and the IQ, which is usually done once in your lifetime at least, and certainly is given a great deal of emphasis in certain cultures. And that is basically on a scale, so you're being rated in terms of other people, which of course is a very limiting in terms of you knowing what your intelligence is, because your intelligence can evolve over time. And we looked at how there's research on intelligence and how the IQ test can be very limiting. As well, we looked at your money beliefs, some of the cultural money beliefs about how money is evil and how being a success is not based on money, or how you should not celebrate having gotten revenue in your business, being successful. Some of the limiting beliefs on money, we've also had a look at those in previous episodes, because they can also limit you in terms of your moving forward and being successful in your business. And of course, as mentioned previously, how work is discussed and taught in school is that you have to be an employee and be successful and be able to be part of a team. The entrepreneur cannot be part of a team. They are the one who initiates everything, for example. And we looked at how to recognize your limiting beliefs. So we then looked at how to reframe your beliefs to be a positive belief. So, for example, if you have a limiting belief on judging yourself in terms of others' success, then you have to reframe that belief and not judge others in terms of the success, but ask yourself how you can get some advice from that person and how they were successful, or celebrate their success, knowing that your connection to them will be something that will move you forward as well when you learn about their success. And then the action that you need to do to help create the positive beliefs of an entrepreneur. Once you've identified what your limiting beliefs are, then you have to be able to reframe them so they are more positive beliefs that will get you into an action and growth mindset. And then, of course, you have to take action to create those positive beliefs. So, for example, if you have a belief that you are unable to speak in public as a public speaker, well, of course, you are stopping yourself by limiting yourself to not even try to be a public speaker. So you need to go out and take action and go do some public speaking. That's one of the simple ways to change your actions. So it may not be the best event the first time that you speak publicly, but certainly you will learn from each time you speak up publicly in terms of improving yourself and moving forward. So that's how you do it. You identify what you limiting beliefs are in your life. Then you reframe your beliefs to be more positive beliefs, and then also have more positive action to help create the positive beliefs. Now we're going to look at the growth mindset versus the entrepreneurial mindset. Now they both are, of course, action and positive and moving forward types of mindsets, which create change and create events and create movement in your business. But there are differences between the growth and the entrepreneurial mindset. The growth mindset refers to a broader kind of mindset in terms of your life, whereas the entrepreneurial mindset is more specific about certain beliefs and positive beliefs in your life. However, the two share several common behaviors and characteristics. Positivity, for example, both are obviously part of having a growth mindset and an entrepreneurial mindset. But no matter what happens in your business, an entrepreneur can frame it into a positive action and certainly into positive light. So even though they may have a failure, they can learn from that failure. And the entrepreneurials generally don't achieve success on the first time or the first try, so they have to be willing to learn from their failure. So that's part of a growth mindset, is being willing to learn. And perseverance, just like the growth mindset, a key characteristic of the entrepreneurial mindset is perseverance, and obviously not being afraid of failure, and also being able to delegate to others. People with the entrepreneurial mindset don't try to do everything themselves, they try to delegate, because that, of course, will help them in their business moving forward. An entrepreneurial mindset should also have a love of learning. The entrepreneurial mindset loves to learn new things and is willing to be open to learning new things. As well, an entrepreneur needs to be intuitive. Entrepreneurs are risk takers, but these aren't just random risks. They are taken for no reason at all. Of course, they are taken because the entrepreneur has an intuitive feel that they may be successful or they may not be successful. For example, Elon Musk is trying to get commercial airlines up into space, and he's had various explosions of his spaceships, but he still keeps moving forward. He has the intuitive belief that he will be successful at this, and as long as he has the money and the resources and they has the experts with him who will explain maybe what the failure was and how they can change it, then he will keep moving forward in his business. So that's an entrepreneurial mindset. As well as just mentioned, an entrepreneur has follow through. An entrepreneur always on the lookout for new ideas and new things to do, and they're always looking for new opportunities. So they're always being willing to change or follow through in their business. And that's another thing is change. An entrepreneur has to be flexible. One thing that the entrepreneur and growth mindset have in common is that they are both flexible and that they're willing to accept that there will be failures, that they may have to change their course because of this failure, but they also have the intuition to be able to know maybe the ways that they could be flexible in terms of changing a failure into a success. And an entrepreneur has to be nonconformist. They're not afraid to stand out and appear foolish or appear crazy to others. So, as we talk about Elon Musk, for example, I'm sure there's many people think that he is crazy in terms of wanting to get commercial airline up in spaceship up into the space, but he has recognized that he is going to go his own way as long as there is money and research that is, and there's things that are willing to move him forward towards that goal. Then he's going to continue because he doesn't conform to what others believe, certainly what the naysayers believe. And of course, entrepreneurs are goal setters. People with the entrepreneurial mindset set goals as a way to push themselves forward. So Elon Musk has the goal to get commercial spaceships up into space, even though others don't believe that he can do it. But he has that goal, and he's going to push himself forward as long as he has the ability to move forward. And of course, entrepreneurs keep the company of other entrepreneurs. They keep they surround themselves with other positive people. They surround themselves with other entrepreneurs who are also positive. They surround themselves with positive influences and like-minded people, and especially they remove themselves from the negative people or negative influences in terms of their success, because those things can impede their success. As you went over the above qualities of the entrepreneurial mindset, where are you in this? Did you find yourself? Did you find that? Let's go back quickly and see if we can get them all in the right place. No, just a minute. Did you find that you are a positive person and have positivity? Have you learned from failure and keep moving forward? Do you persevere in terms of even after failure? Do you delegate to others any other responsibilities just so you don't do everything yourself? Do you have a love for learning and being willing to learn something new? And are you willing to be intuitive? Of course, you're an intuitive risk taker, but willing to try something that no one else has. And are you willing to follow through on what you're doing? Are you flexible? And are you a nonconformist, willing to try something new? And a goal setter? Are you in surrounding yourself with other entrepreneurs. And let's see, I think that was about it. Yeah, that was about it. Positive influences in your life. Well, did you feel that many of them applied to you? I know there was one that maybe I have had trouble with myself. I have a problem with delegating to others, but that's part of my personality. Certainly, at some point, I will develop it so that I have an employee, etc. For now, I have to do everything myself, which is a bit slower, but I need to learn and change. So, could you see areas where you can change and improve? Well, I just mentioned me, so there you go. So, once you've looked at all those characteristics, I hope you found some of the ideas of what you could do as an entrepreneur and how you can change are useful. And next time we'll do a sum up on learning how to have an entrepreneurial mindset and start creating the positivity in your life that will help you be a positive entrepreneur who can have the success that they want because you have a growth mindset as well. Thank you for listening. And I've got to turn you off. Well, first I have to find it. Where did it go? You also have to be willing to fail. So there we go. Oh, nope, we failed for sure. Because I can't turn you off. There we go. Oh, no. I just want to keep on today. Very exciting. It's Monday. So let's see how we can move forward this week in terms of being an entrepreneur and having success. And see you next time for the summary and summing up and conclusion of how to embrace your inner entrepreneur.